to various studies, the average homeowner lives in their home for about 13 years. And after so many years, selling it can feel like a major task.
The secret is basically to let go of your emotions. That's going to help you get the best price from the new owners. And you could also use some help from people like Julie and Daniel Desrochers from Desrochers Realty Group and eXp Realty. They are joining us now live via Skype to help us out. Hi, you guys.
How you doing?
Good.
We're feeling good. This is a fun topic. I like starting with, look, emotions, you got to put them aside. Now we're just in a business transaction here, so we need to know that. Let's talk first about deferred maintenance. Julie, are you referencing maybe those pesky things that we put off for 2, 4, 6, 8 years?
Yes, I think most people, this is common. It happens. You start living with stuff. You get used to it. It's not that big of a deal to you. It may be a window that won't open. We have a lot of that, like multiple windows in a house that won't open. Well, if you never open them, it doesn't really matter.
That's us, yeah.
But when a buyer walks through, and especially when they do their inspection, if they can't get the window opened, that's going to be an issue. The exterior, we see a lot of issues outside. I mean, I think often people come in their garage, and if they go out to the backyard, they go out the back door. But are you looking at the sides of your house? You know,
front.
Yeah, peeling paint is a big one. I showed a house this summer, and literally there was a weed the size of a tree on the side of the house.
Oh, they thought it was
a tree.
They
They did. Yeah.
But it was a weed.
Oh, okay.
So those are the things that it's helpful. Like, this is why it's so helpful. If you can set aside the emotions, have Julie and Daniel and their team come in and tell you, and then not get your feelings hurt by the fact that you've been living with windows that won't open. Just go, okay, in order to get the best price, this is what we have to do.
It's all about making the most money at the end of the day, Daniel. So when you come in and you say, hey, look, we need new carpet, we need new paint, we have to put on our big boy and big girl pants and just deal with that.
Yeah, carpet and paint are two of the biggest returns, like huge. You'll typically double your money, if not more, on those.
Wow.
You kind of have to do them together. Like, you don't want to have, great new paint and ugly old carpet to maximize profit. But a lot of the dark colors are out. So we're really, right now we're doing a lot of the lighter colors, which really make the spaces feel a little bigger. And then, nobody really likes the old style Berber in the basement, so the worn out stained carpet.
Right.
And then a lot of people think, oh, the buyers can do that when they get in. But the reality is people fall in love with the way it looks right away, but then they also think about the cost. It might be 10 grand to do it up front, but for the seller to do it up front, but for the buyer to do it after, they're barely able to come up with the money to buy the home.
Right. Yeah.
So to come up with another 10 grand to make it feel good, they just don't have the money. So they'll go buy the one that's 20 grand more, because to finance 10 grand is like 30 bucks a month.
Yeah, oh yeah, that totally makes sense. And that picture that you were showing of the before and the after of just like the paint and then that bright light fixture just makes it look so much better. And that's not even, I mean, look, the stairs are the same, you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, just paint and the light fixture. That's it. And the furniture is different. But
and the
little bit of elbow grease goes a long way when you're selling a home. All right, Julie, I think you actually might be able to talk some people into this right now, especially if they're considering moving, because January is when we actually want to declutter. And now is the time, because if somebody comes and sees, oh, you're able to fit all that stuff in that closet, that's not what they want to see. They want to see a big open closet.
Yeah, and I feel like this is the one we get the most pushback on, because people are like, yeah, they think they can just throw everything in the closet, so let's throw everything in the garage. And they don't understand that when people walk through, like Daniel was saying earlier, they're buying a lifestyle.
Oh, yeah,
so
and they don't want that lifestyle, that closet right there.
Yeah, do you want that? No. So like with closets, in this closet, we tell people to put all the tops together, the pants together, have all the hangers be the same type of hanger. That really makes a big difference to people when they look at the closet.
I remember we, of course, worked with you guys whenever we bought our new house and sold our house. And there was someone you have this expert that you send in who just walks through, is real cheery, and it's like, put a little plant there,
wonderful.
Take that down, change
she did that to our
move
house.
those hangers. And it's great because then you just follow her with a notebook and and it really did for us. It resulted in a sale price that I thought, I wouldn't have put it on the market for that, and looky there, we got that.
Yeah, that's what happens, and you do have to listen, but again, it's about removing yourself from that emotions of going, she's not criticizing the fact that you have 10 picture frames up on that wall.
Right.
She's just saying, let's let it go for this period of time. I do think this is really helpful too when you guys say, move out. Daniel, you say if you can move out to sell is really helpful. And I thought of it even too, like, Julie, I remember when we put our house on the market with you, I thought, as soon as that goes on the market, this is no longer our house.
Yeah.
Like, we're done. As soon as we've had Julie in, it's over. It's not our house anymore that we're letting it go. But it would have been better to actually get out of there.
Yeah, you have to let it go. A lot of people, like, we tell them, do this or do that, and they take offense to it. But we have to remind them, guys, you're not living here anymore. We got to prepare for the buyer's desires, the demographic of the buyer. And we get into the conversation of staging and decorating and stuff. If you've lived in a home
there we go.
10, 15, yeah, right? If you've lived in a home for 10, 15 years or longer even, your style might be out, your furniture might be out. Just by bringing in the proper furniture, it's baffling how big of a difference it can make. Well, you see it right there in those photos. But your average seller doesn't see the difference. They like their furniture.
Yeah.
But the buyer doesn't want to see their furniture, especially when you have a big age gap in demographic. If you have, this sounds bad, but it's the truth. If you have 60-year-olds selling a big 2-story and 30-year-olds buying it, their styles are so night and day different. If you can have the right furniture in there for their style and it fits the space better, money in the bank.
And that's how you utilize the stagers. You have the stagers, you get your stuff out of there, you move out, you have the stagers come in. Yes, Steve
May I have the floor for a closing word?
Questions.
Is that okay, guys?
Of course.
I just want to encourage people, if you go through this, especially if you've lived in your house for a while, I would say have a little pizza night and remember, walk through room to room before you put it on the market and remember all of the lovely memories that you had there. Recount it, celebrate it then. And as you said, once you bring in realtors to help you, go into a business transaction mindset. The only thing you care about now is getting the most money, and you got to put your emotions aside. It will quite literally pay off.
Julie and Daniel, will you hire Steve if this TV thing doesn't work out? Because I think he would like to work for you.
Absolutely.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, you guys.
Always good to see you guys. Always a lot of fun. They're really helpful in that process, and that's a huge lesson. Put the emotions aside.
Oh, so good.
If you do need some help getting your long-time home ready for a sale, reach out to Julie and Daniel. Their team at Desrochers Realty Group and eXp Realty can help you.
You can go to TwinCitiesLive.com and click on Fun. We've got their contact information there. Okay, coming up.